Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Not Church, where we encourage people to think. Life takes care of itself. When I think about this title, I'm hard pressed to think and or wonder if God really needs our help. You know, that's a simple question, but it's a question that I've pondered for a while now. Does God really need our help? And some might say, well, God moves through people who allow God to move through, which is very true. You know, we are God's hands and God's feet. We are God's bodies that exist here for the purpose of doing and carrying out the will of God. But what about the thousands of years before mankind existed? We can't discount those years that God, without man's involvement, procreated life in various forms without our assistance. You know, whatever God produces, God brings life to. Therefore, everything that God creates is good. When I think about this, I think about man's plight, right? To contextualize a spiritual concept, putting it into words and context is something that is almost impossible. And I say almost because we do it. We put it in contextual terms. But we have to know that our context is limited. Why? Because God is limitless. God is a vast God. God is infinitely good. God is always. And God exists outside of the realm of our ability to reason and think because of God's vastness and God's bigness. When mankind gets involved in the things, mankind brings motives and agendas, and it just didn't start happening during our generation. The Bible is very effective for those who know how to read and interpret the Bible in order to bring forth their progression and their liberty and their balance. When we talk about the dualism, for example, in the book of Genesis, when God created the earth, the heavens and the earth, and in chapter 2, God creates them, all of that was good. And it was very good. There's a trick that comes in. You know, when you look at the second creation story, God discusses how God causes the sleep to come upon the man, and then he took the rib from the man's side and created woman second. But the woman, shortly thereafter she was created, or was led to go into this type of garden. And in that garden, she was confronted with a snake. And the snake makes a statement to the woman. And the snake says something to this effect. God knows that if you take of the fruit, that you'll be able to know or discern the difference between good and evil. So the woman was tricked. And that still holds true today. You know, when we dilute what we know, which is good, with evil, some of us have a tendency to think in or be evil. But if we're honest with ourselves, most of us, when we're born pretty good people. We're not perfect in any way. I know we're always striving to be better. Most of us don't go around trying to hurt people or kill people, or most of us are not trying to take other people's stuff, you know, or things that don't belong. These are behaviors that were taught along the way. Most of us, we're not thinking evil about other people continuously, or wishing something traumatic or something devastating to come upon our fellow brethren or sisters. We're not, generally speaking, people are just not like that. Generally speaking, when we're born, we're really good people. We're so good that we sometimes are giving. We're kind, we're loving for the most part. As we get older, we're taught the negative. We're taught the evil. We pick up this evil, seems to me, as we move along. And as balance comes to us, and as a will to do right rather than the will to do wrong comes upon us, we heal. We get better. And life just simply teaches us. Life teaches. I have to ask myself the question, has religion helped me to do that? Or did God not even need religion's help to begin with? Did religion in any way, did it advance that? Or was it really a setback to all of the things God was showing anyway, whether religion was there or not? But we live and we learn if we open. And God is available to us all. Not the Islam or the Muslim God, not the Krishna God, not the Judaism God, not the Buddhist God, not the Mormon God, the Jehovah's Witness God. But God is available to us all. No matter if you're in Africa or Australia, or Alaska or Hawaii, China, no matter if you're in South America or over here in North America, God is available to us all. One God. And that God loves you. I get your persuasions and I understand your religious persuasions and your traditions and your family backgrounds. But the biggest thing is that God loves us all. Know that. Like, comment, subscribe. Press that notification bell so that you know whenever I make videos like this, you can come, you can support, let's join this club. I'm calling it a club. Club monotheism. We don't need any more divisions. We've been divided so thinly. God loves you. Till we meet again. Everybody won't be on top. Yeah. Whether the roof or the mountaintop. Right.